Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 9 of this playthrough of the game The Witness. In today's episode I want to explore the temple that we see over here with this vibrant red tree in the middle. So let's go have a look. If you want to know where this is situated, it's in between the town that we see over there and the jungle area on the right. And is this a puzzle? It's a goddamn puzzle. Okay. Well. Look at that. Okay. Puzzle 1 completed this episode. Now we do see a disc up there. See where we could go. So we could go that way, but it's not the complete puzzle yet. So perhaps from another perspective. Maybe here. So I'm lining up these steps right down up. That goes there. Is there another one? Perhaps. See, I'm looking for a rounded edge. Now this edge here is rounded. So perhaps we go all the way around up the stairs. That way. Like this. Almost, I think. This freaking game, man. I think there's even one more here. Also see this thing in the back, which seems to be another endpoint. This one here, how could I connect? Maybe from here? Oh, okay. Kind of stuck on that plant. This also looks like an endpoint. game. Is there one as easy as this? Yes, there is. Have I used that part up there? I think I have. How about here? I've done that one right. Yeah. Just this kind of thing. Every stone a purpose. Really cool. Let's have a quick gander at the obelisk. Have a look what the other shapes are. Okay, so it looks like we've done most of the ones that have very geometric shapes with straight angles. There's a few more with rounded edges here. So perhaps we'll come across those later on. Okay, let's head up to the temple. So we have this garden with some fruit, looks like gourds hanging here. Flowers, which seem a little suspicious in this pattern. But we have panels blocking the inside of the garden, or of the temple, I mean, to this garden. So let's see what this panel here does. It opens up the door for us, or at least it opens up one of the doors. And the second set of doors. And that leads us inside here to the tree. We have a few panels that are still dark. Can you see here? There's a hole in the panel. And if I line it up like this, we see I don't know what exactly it is, because it has talons like a vulture or an eagle would have, but it's playing a flute. So it kind of looks like a satyr, although those have goat legs. Something mythological at the very least. But if we look outside, it's not actually clear that it's a thing out there. So you have to line it up very carefully to get that piece of art. I'm trying to see if there's another one with this hole that we have on the left side here. And that's why I was also looking through this one, to see if I could line it up. I think this gets us close. Yeah, like this. See, it's a person with an arm, one arm to the back, a leg up and a leg down. I don't know if they mean anything, but let me just take a screenshot. Let me also do the other one. And then this thing. Nothing in this game is on accident. Everything seems to have a purpose. Okay, I don't see one very clear over here. Is there another one here? So from here I also see the shape of a talon almost at the bottom, and one here, and perhaps these could be wings, so maybe a bird. Let's see, where are the talons? Something like this, I think. So we can see the flute player again, with the face looking away, the legs turning into talons here, and then with the wings sprouting out from the back. Okay, now let's look for something that can be activated, because So far I'm only seeing black panels. We have this miniature version of a tree, the bonsai tree. And let me first show you what we have here. So we have a hexagon here and also one in the opposite corner. There's two starting points. So you can see one here and one here, and two end points here and here. Now, there's different ways to solve this puzzle. And you can see that this thing is a miniature version of the room that we're in. And the side that you leave open, the panels, the wooden panels here, will open up. So you can see that the wooden panels I was looking through have now opened up into these things, like a fence. Now, did this do anything for us? Panels are still dark. Okay, so what has this done? Where is the sun? The sun is there. So we have created shadow here where there was no shadow before. Does that help us? Not quite sure. There's also shadow here then. And there is light on the ground now, but perhaps that was always there. Okay, so this hasn't really done a lot for us. Let's change it to a different solution. So now these will close up, and these will open. And look at the beauty of this. You see the man here on his knees, reaching out an arm, and then the waves coming from the right side. And if we line it up, we now have that gourd that we had outside that is following the outlines of this person. And this one has now gone to the obelisk. And I believe that this one that we activated, the fourth one from the top, that was one of the three that was left, that was not the geometric pattern of the ones outside on the steps. See if we can do something similar over here. Let's quickly check. Yeah, okay. So there's one more, or one left here. And then there's this goblet with these beams radiating out of it. And one more gourd in the back there. And I see this corner piece matches this corner piece, so I'm trying to line those up. Seems like it would be this, but perhaps the panel has to be closing in order to get it. Because I see a little spot of paint here on the top that would close this gap if the panel is closing. And then this yellow line we could see when the panel was closed. So let me see, can I activate the tree from here? Yes, I can, so I don't have to move. So we do this, quickly switch here, get in position down there. Make sure I'm not touching any of the edges, because then the puzzle will reset. And if all goes well, the panel closes and I can complete the goblet. And that should be the last of the symbols there. So I think I have all of the environment puzzles solved now. That gives me at least one thing less to worry about. Then let's open the panels on that side. So these will close again. And these here open up, and we can see wooden boards with tree shapes. And in the back we can see a panel. But again, we see just a starting point and an end point here. But if I connect them, this is not the solution. So I need another rule to superimpose upon this one to solve the puzzle. And in this case, since we're already lining up things with the environment, I can now use these wooden panels here to cover up part of the puzzle. So you can see that there is one path now that I can take in the panel on the back. This now activates panel number 2. So we look for something that can cover up a part of a path. Now here on the right we have a few more straight lines. Something like this. But then here you'll see, for example, this looks like a valid solution, but this is not the solution. So let's activate the one before again. So you can see here the wooden board has two places that have splintered. And you'll see that here on the floor there's two corner pieces with also splintered wood on the end. So those two corner pieces have fallen off. So now we have to imagine that these pieces were still on the board. So there's one straight piece, that would be this one. So we don't actually go on this corner. We have to avoid going there. And then there's also one curved piece that would curve around here. So we cannot go in a straight line. So you kind of have to imagine a piece being there, a piece being there, and then you can complete the puzzle. Okay, that activates panel number 3. But now all this rubble is in the way of us solving it. So let's go outside and see how the panel, or what it looks like. So we can see the shape of what would be a solution over here. So in this case, it goes left 1, crosses, and then goes to the same height. Now here going left would mean if we turn around, it would be to the right. And it would look like this if we were to look through this. Okay, the cable has lit up, has now split into 2 parts. One over here and then one inside. And I want to do the ones inside first before I go out there. So again, we have a board that we have a starting point and an end point, but there is another rule here. Now let's look around. And you can see that there's here these branches that have a path through it. And also here the leaves on the right side, see these ones? They now cover up most of the board except for this one path through to the end. Okay, we activated panel number 2. Let's see here. I think I have it. So we have our starting point here. This whole route is open to the end point. There we go. That's panel number 3. Now again, there's 2 sets of branches here. could be the one on the left there. See if I can open a path. Where do I need to get to? To the top left. I think in this case it's showing me what the path is instead of covering it. You see that now there's branches over here, this way, and then there. So left 2, up 2. Okay, so what was it? Left 2, up 2. Go here. Can't remember if we go down or not. Yeah. So I'll try to line it up again. So you can see. See the branches here? They now cover the path, not the places in between the path. And then we have one last panel here. So you can see that there's a little knob on the tree there to indicate that that's the starting point. There's a branch here, there's a branch here, and then one going up there. And then here is the end point. Now, first time I played this, it took me a while what to do in that gap that we have between here and here. But if you look on the ground, there's a small piece of the tree that has broken off and that you need to fit in the puzzle somewhere. So let's see where there's a branch that could have broken off. So down 2. Okay, so perhaps this. Down 2. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. So left 2, down 2, left 2, down 2, up this way, down 2, step, step, like this. So I'll try to line it up again. So you can see this path here. And then we have the little branch that goes 2 squares. So this part is a little bit longer. And you have to imagine this corner being attached over here. And then it goes down, step, step. That's how I'm remembering it. So down 2, step, step. And then here, one last corner. So that's all of the panels in here. Then let's move out here. There's a door blocking the path. So we have to come at this panel from the other side. Now I know where to go. So let's have a run to get there. So you can see it connects to the jungle area that we have over there, but I cannot approach it from the left because the path is closed off by that big panel that blocked our path in the previous episode. So I think I can go this way though. And then up. And while I'm here, I'm also going to have a quick peek at the obelisk. For these puzzles that point this way. How do I get out this side? And then oh, okay, so that thing or the route to get around is actually behind that panel. But I do want to have a quick look this way because I believe there is a puzzle somewhere here. There's this suspicious gap in this rock, and I also see something more or less circular here, so that could be part of the puzzle. So let me line that up. So not there, perhaps I need to stand further away. This must be one, right? No way it's not. Aha! There I have it. And I believe there's one more, since we see on the obelisk there's also this curved path that looks exactly like the garden. But I'm not sure if that's the same piece of rock there, because the rock that's in the middle blocks the curve forward. So you can see the curve must be like this, then up and down, but I believe we'll need to be somewhere on the right side there, high up, to see it. Okay, so this path is blocked, but I think we can go around the temple. So this part was open, I believe. And before we go that way, it looks like we can activate a panel here. Opens up another laser. Now where is the mountain from here? It's there where the sun is. So how is our laser gonna get there? Is it gonna shoot through the tree? Yeah, because I can see the top of the mountain from here. There we go. That's another one of the lasers activated. So we have 4 lasers now pointing at the mountain. And then here, I don't know if you can see it, this looks like clouds or perhaps a shroud, a man, like a face upside down reaching his hand downwards. And I don't know if that's a puzzle or if that's also to be viewed from a certain angle or through something. I'll take a screenshot of it. Let's look at the other side as well. Perhaps something through these leaves or something. Does that look like anything? Oh yeah, it definitely does. I think it's a ship. You can see here there's the bow of the ship. I don't know what's that called. Is that the stern? These are sails hanging down. And then these are oars to row the ship with. Okay, I don't think I've ever noticed that one. Makes me wonder if there's more. Don't know if they actually mean anything. But it's just cool things to find in the game. Is there anything if we look in from the other side? Not sure. Okay, anyway, let's head to that panel that was on the outside. I'm ignoring everything that's there. Head over the rocks, and here is the panel that is now up. Can I close it again, I wonder? No, I can't. Then let's just check from up here. If there is a certain viewpoint that you're supposed to see this upside down person through. Perhaps through the tree, but I don't really see anything that blocks the path or the view to it. This is already too far away, I think. But perhaps from here we can complete the garden, because this rock here is also very rounded. there was also this way one straight line, but I'm not sure where to find that one. Okay, let's go to the panel. I believe that is down here. So we now have this panel, and with all the other solutions to these puzzles, we have to find something that blocks part of the path. And this also took me a while to find when I first played through the game. You can line it up like this with these two sides of the rock. And that now opens up our door. So we have a connection point to the bamboo forest that is a bit shorter. So it's things like this that blow my mind even on a second playthrough of the game, and reminds me why I absolutely loved this game in the first place. Here we have a tunnel and also a panel. There must be something blocking the way. And I believe it's something to do with these roots. But there's different... You can see there's multiple... Like there's a set here that look very much like the pattern there. Let me line it up. Something like this, more or less. So you can see that I can draw a path this way. I have to go tiny bit forward, I believe. But as you can see, this path completes going from the start to the end, but it does not complete the other rules that we have to take into account. So there's a hexagon in the middle, there's a black and a white square that we have to keep separate. So in this solution, we did not do that. You can see it covers up the dot in the middle, so we don't go through that dot, and it also doesn't separate the white from the black square. So we have to find a solution in these gnarled root patterns, and there's, for example, also one here that you can see. I think I had it almost like this. So this now completes the rule, separate the black from the white square, but we again don't go through the hexagon. And then there is one here as well, I believe. A little bit to the left. So this goes through the hexagon, It also separates the black and the white square. So I think this is the solution. There we go. So there was one last one over here, I think. But this is the correct one. So we have unlocked this secret cave. And I know I've been going quite long in this episode. Let's just take a quick sneak peek what's down here. Okay, and we find another one of these hexagon patterns that plays in the cinema. Plays a video there. So I'll take a screenshot of this as well. And then let's have a look through the window. You never know if there could be something there. But it doesn't look like it. Okay. So we have another video to play in the cinema room. I'm also suspicious of these roots. Paranoia, paranoia. Okay, I think I'm going to end the episode here. We've completed the whole temple area, or I believe there is one puzzle that we have not found, one line on the obelisk, but I will leave that for another time, perhaps scouting a little bit more. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in another episode.